And what are we doing over here? There it is. There it is. There it is. Sending data. Sending data. Moment. And now we should be fine. Alrighty. So up and ready. Okay. That being said, let's keep on going. Where were we? CVX, Chevron. High, low. This is. Look at the motion. Up, down, up, down, up, down. What's going on here? 150. Now, anytime I look at any, I want to get a good look at it, but we're somewhere in the middle. So the 150 is going for 192. Math, and weren't paying attention to Mr. What was his name? Mr. Havisham? Was that it? No. Mr. Havisham. That's from. Great Expectations, Mr. Havisham. Okay, so anyway, no, it wasn't Mr. Long. Damn it! I forget my math teacher. Anyway, for those not paying attention, $150. 1% of 150 is 150. 50 cents. Thing other than hold that thought. Hold that thought. Very good, very good. So, that being the case, let's take a good look at it. All right, who do we have here? Alacran and Ball Street. What's happening, Ball Street? You're new here. I don't remember that name. Looking for ideas. Did 1.6 this week. Called on all but STZ and 171 in AXP and at 312. Cool beans. What's your thought on silver? I like silver. However, silver is a place where you can store wealth. There's a big difference between storing wealth and having silver and put it on your desk. You're not getting any cash flow from it. That's what I'm looking for. I'm retired. I'm 61. I retired at 59. So for the last 2 years, I've been sharing everything with you guys. That being said, every single asset that I own has a weekly option, a weekly optionable, which means I can get weekly cash flow from it. Silver, you cannot get weekly cash flow. Storage of wealth, not for cash flow. That's what I'm looking for, cash flow. All right, so Chevron, let's take a look. Okay, so step one is find all the stocks you like. Step two, throw them into a calendar to tell you when to look at them. Step three, look at the 1 year chart. What does that tell you? After that, take a look at the numbers. Is what I'm looking to do achievable? Well, I'm looking for 1%. Well, the current stock price is $150. Now, 1% of 150 is $1.50. Well, if I sell a strike price at 150, that's 192, which is more than $1.50. So let's take a look to buy. A year ago, March, and that was 169. TDS day, here it is right there, TDS day. But from there, look at the motion. From 132 to 1, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. What's here? Okay, so Friday, she gapped up really big. But the market was saying, oh, hell no. And then she's pulled all the way back down again. Okay, so what does that... do I think it's going to keep going up, or where the hell is it? All right, so take a look. 30 days ago, we were at 149. We dropped all the way down to 141. Okay. From 141, we jumped up to here, pull back. Yeah, it's over 10%. Of course, it's going to profit take and pull back. But look at here. Thursday was a bottom. Friday, she went from 149, gapped up to 155. The market said, oh, hell no, brought it back down. Does it look like it's time to jump in? Not necessarily so, but here's a question you should ask yourself. But what happened on Friday? Why did she jump up so much? Okay, she gapped up from, it closed at 150, 150, and she gapped up to 155. But the marketplace said, oh, hell no, and brought it back down again. Okay, so does that mean it's a good time to buy? Not really. Not for me anyway. because it's not crystal clear. I like clarity. I like simplicity. I like safety. Okay, there's certain things I like. Now, I do like Chevron, but you got your bottom here and your top here, and look at where we are now. Okay, a little uncertain for me. Now, I'm going to write Chevron down for X. Okay, LTY. Okay, every week somebody wants to take a look at this thing. Now, I'm going to tell you again, Gen X or J, you ready? I don't do monthly options. They just don't work. Let me show months of the year. Okay, J, months of the year, there's only 12 of them. If I invest monthly, I'm only getting 12, spending 10, 15 minutes every morning. Uh-oh. Your stream won't go live. However, the upside, but, it's not something. Moser, what's happening, W. Moser? Okay, so that's it. Let's see what other questions we got. Okay, so Lion, XYZ. What the hell is XYZ? XYZ, Block Inc. Don't buy at the 30-day high. See, 30 days ago, we're down here. Now we're way the hell up here. Now, don't get me wrong. This would have been, now we're at 72. That's an $11 increase. An $11 increase on a $61 stock. 14, 15% maybe from here to here. Right, she went up, pulled back. Then from 65 to 72, $7. So that's 11, 12% between this bottom and where we are now. Yeah, so not they are. X, Y, Z. 2 weeks, we'll take a look at it again. What else? Uber. I'm going to say no to Uber. I'm not even going to bother looking at it. I know for a fact they're not 20 years old. Now, what I'm looking for, and I'm going to apologize for not mentioning it earlier. Okay? Now, I've been doing this for a little while. Okay? You can actually go to my website, The 10-Minute Trader, or you can go to 1,100 videos on YouTube. So, yeah, I've been doing this for a while. And you look at my old videos, I'm saying the same thing. Because I'm a Gen Xer, so I'm right along with you, Jay. I'm a Gen Xer. So if it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's working fine, leave it alone. It's boring, it's slow, it's methodical, it's safe, it's predictable, it's consistent. So anyway, ain't broke, don't fix it. So no to Uber, no to XYZ. Never even heard of that one. Richard, good evening. Pubman, Jimmy Robinson. Uh-oh, what did I miss? Amelia, Richard, Prime, Willer, Justin Bobby, what's happening? Thomas, what's going on? Ronnie, Dell, Stu, Yvonne, good evening, Yvonne. David Baranski, 5, Sky Marita. Ooh. Ugly Jay. Now, Jay, I'm not 100. Why would you give yourself that name? Ooh, Dennis wants to take a look at Micron. Now, Micron, XYZ, is the old Square. Oh, yeah, they're not 20 years old. I'm not quite sure if you heard me when I said I don't do monthly options. 15 August, 19 September, 17 October. Company. You like it, you do it. I don't do monthly options. I'm going to say it's slow, so maybe you'll hear me. I'm going to get weekly income from Levi, is to sit in front of my computer and stare at this all day. I could, I don't want to, okay? I'm at the point in my life where I can do whatever I damn well please. I did my 40, 50 years. I've been working since 1960. Okay, I put my time in. So no, I have no desire to sit in front of the computer and stare at this all day. I could, and probably could. You have your childhood, your infant when you're little, everything's wonderful. And then you have your your adolescence. Okay, that's when you're in elementary school and everything's great. And then you go to junior high school. Well, then things start to really change. High school, boom, there it is. You become who you're going to become in high school. Call that the workforce. We're all at a different phase in life, okay? And once you start working, well, then after that, your wife leaves, so you're all by yourself, or your husband leaves, whatever. So empty, total different outlook. Everything saying, hey, you need to share what you know. So yeah, 2 or 3 years ago, a little bug in my ear saying, hey, you need to share what you know. So I jumped in front of a camera and said, hey, you guys want to learn it? Well, a lot of people do. So here I am. I'm sharing what I have learned in trading over the last 20 years of trading. It's simple, it's safe, it's predictable, it's consistent, and if I do it right, there's no way I can lose, because I have 5 simple rules with my trading strategy. Now, for those of you who don't know, and those of you that are new, to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way for a 9-year-old little girl. So, rule number 1, if it's not on the list, don't even bother there. So last week there was 10,000, I think it was 260. 10,000. Now this is just me. You've got to figure out what you like. So for me, it's any company that's consistently profitable for more than 2 decades. That's 20 years. If you can be profitable for 2 decades, I'll invest some of my weekly options. No dividends, no thank you. No weekly options, no thank you. Simple. Cut 97% of every single stock on the stock market. Don't even bother looking at it. I only look at about 300. If you got a pen and paper, now's the time to use it. You ready? Dividend Kings. 5 decades. That's 50 years of increased profitability. Dividend Aristocrats. 25 years of consistent profitability. Dividend Champions. Less rules, but still 25 years of consistent. And then for the fun of it, we're going to throw in Warren Buffett's list. Now, you can find these lists right online. Go to Google or Bing or whatever search engine you use. Dividend King. All you can do, put your email address and somebody will give you the list for free. Okay? Now, let's progress forward. What else do you guys want to take a look at? David, nothing there. No monthly. Sorry, not a problem. Love Alcoa. Wow, why it looked peachy. Remember, first thing, into the 3 to 4 seconds. Ready? 3 to 4 seconds. High low was, okay, so the cents is 1% of $30.50. We're going to do this one. It is live on YouTube. So, a little bit easier. That being said, let's take a look at Alcoa. All right, so we like that. We like this. Let's go next. Next is actually taking a closer look at the chart. A year ago, we were at 34.65. 34.60. Now, top of the year was at the end of November, and that's 47.89. Let's call it 48. Bottom, another TDA. What everything bottom on T30.33. So you see why I bought it last week. Okay, 4 days pulling back, 2 days to the upside. I love Alcoa. It is a dividend king, which means 5 decades, 50 years of increased profits. So let's look a little deeper, which would be right there, 30 days ago. You want to make it more complicated? You want to make it more complicated? Go somewhere else. I like simplicity. Seriously, I do. Remember, it was crazy. I call her princess, and daddy's there. Call this again. Okay. Now, all social media there. If you have social media, first thing we're going to do is, hey, by itself. Remember, me standing in front of the screen all by itself. Okay. Videos, and there she is. That was my favorite part. keep a 9-year-old entertained. You got to make it fun. You got to make it exciting. Got to make it less than 10 minutes. Trader. So JC, my daughter, well, that was her title. She was a 10-minute trader. Okay, so simple, safe, predictable, consistent, no way for her to lose. So I got 5 rules. You ready? 5 rules. Rule number 1, if it's not on the list, remember I said, make a list. The companies you like. Don't care. Don't worry about the price. Okay, don't worry about days. That's number 1. Number 2, never sell at a loss. It defeats the purpose of the game. Yes, it is a game. It is an adult game. Okay, just like Monopoly. 4 greenhouses, 1 red hotel. Well, here, you buy stocks, you get a profit, you sell stocks. Same thing. Okay, you're playing with money. You want a return for your money. So great. What do you want? Me, I want safety and predictability. So, rule 3, make sure the company is consistently profitable. Rule 4, what's that? Rule 4, I don't know who. Oh, Angelo, terribly sorry, dude, you're in the wrong place, brother. I appreciate your interaction, I really do. I don't do penny stocks. Picking something and hoping and praying. Listen closely. When you retire, you got 2 choices, that's it. Take responsibility for your own money, learn to do it yourself. That's number 1. Number 2, guarantee that nobody has as much interest in your money than you. So why would you give up accountability? Why would you pass the buck to someone that's been working for me for the past 15 years? Her birthday was yesterday. Yay! Yeah, she's 26. She bought in 99. So my oldest is 36. Do I look old enough to have a 36-year-old? Holy shit. Anyway. Simple, safe, predictable, consistent. Ooh, rule 4, weekly options only. And rule number 5, make sure the numbers work. What do I mean? What am I buying it for? No way. Called covered call. See, hey, Chris Stiles. I think I did that right. This is 26. That was just consistently I'm going to go through a couple, and you can explain that as we progress. All right, so we've seen JC. Let's get out of there and skip. So I sold you, and I did buy some last week. So let's do one of those safe trades right now and see if you can follow along. If you can follow along, don't worry. This is being recorded so you can go back. Hold on, I'm gonna Dylan, hang out. Dennis, we're gonna take a look at Micron a little bit. Right now we're still looking. Let's go and see what a covered call at $30.50 looks like. All right, let's get rid of this. Let's change this to covered stock and then take a look at the $30.50 strike prices. So strike prices are here. Okay. 50, 28, 28.50, 29, 29.50. That works. And the 30.50 here it is. We want to do one contract. That way you get a good idea of what it looks like, what it sounds like, and a better idea of, oh, do that. Or, oh, here we go. Now, I always tell people, anytime you do some trading, read it out loud. Because you're typing in what you think you want to do. Well, if you read it and it doesn't sound right, this is can fill it. So let me give you a little tidbit of it. Most people begin it out loud. So if immediately pick up the phone and call your broker as soon as possible. If seconds. Now 30 seconds is a long time. Think about it. Sit there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 30 seconds is a long time. If you hit the wrong button, pick up the phone. If you can't get him, do not hang up and try again. So if you call in, you have to call immediately. If you say one thing, I say another, well, bye. And read it slowly so you understand, or your broker, he'll understand exactly what it is. Buy, we all heard call, AA, which is Alcoa, and then it says 100 parentheses says weekly. That means it is a weekly option trade. So it tells you right there exactly what it is. So next Friday, the 25th of July, 2025. 25 July 25. The next number, $30.50, 30.5. Well, that's the $30.50 call strike. Remember, I'm buying it at 30.33. Where is it? Right here. 30.33. Well, I'm selling it at 30.50, which is 17 cents more than what I paid for it. Now, I'm not gonna, retire. Okay? The 35th open to open. Now, the reason it says to open is we're doing two trades at once. We're buying the stock and open. All right. Are we looking at? That's my break even stock right now. Now, exactly what I'm making before I even. Now you have to wait for the stock to go up. Exact same time. 962. So as long. Well, I will get all $88. $8 is the maximum profit. $8 doesn't sound like a lot. You are. So take this. That's why I'm calling it an investment rather than percent for 1 week. Alcoa, there have been consistently on it. Now I'm not telling you what to buy. Week. This week, whole heck of a lot. Well, here's the thing. This week, whole heck of a lot. Well, here's the thing. I still get to keep my profit. Covered call at the next week. Don't know. Friday, when the market closes. So I do weekly trading, Monday morning to Friday afternoon. Every single 15 years? Yeah. Do you, for the last 15 years? Yeah, you do. Do you take care of your flower garden? Do you water your grass? Do you take care of your plants? Every single day. So why not do the same to you? And so most people spend more time planning a weekend barbecue or a birthday party than they do on their personal finances. You gotta do that. All right, so that being said, 30 good trades. Now, for those of you who don't know, I write everything down. All right, so take a look at my book. Woo, I'm missing pages. All right, now this book I've had since last year. All right, these are all the stocks we looked at. Not that. Where are they? All right, here. Okay, all those. This is every week. All those last 2 years. Okay, ever since someone said, hey, point the camera at you, hit go, and just start talking. People will show up. That's what they say. Ooh. I got to remember that. I got to call that lady. Good thing I found that. Anyway, so 2.9%, 2.9, that's got to be over 150% for the year. 2.9%. It's Alcoa. Why wouldn't you like Alcoa? All right, today, what's happening, brother? Why? Which you could be on Zoom and ask, all right, Lily, why? Lily, think about it. Okay, $30.33, okay? And I sell here's the order right here. I sell somebody the rights to buy it from me at $30.50. Okay, it's a 17-cent increase between the purchase price and the sell price. All right, but I'm also collecting the premium for the stock if it goes over and the premium. So if it goes up and people take the stock away from me, well, now I have the okay, Lily, you ready for this? Now I have the bird to Friday afternoon. If I buy this, well, I already bought it. So if it goes over $30.50 by Friday, well, Monday, I'm going to have over 300 companies. Every single week, a new... Oh, hold on. Oh, you're going to like this one. Hold on, Lily. All right, let's get out of that. Here we go. All right, Lily, you ready? This is July 2025, the first week. Look at each one of you only invest in dividend stocks. Usually very safe, and usually they go up just before the dividend date. So these little green dots here, those are the dividend dates for all these companies. So what do we have? Illinois Toolworks, Nucor, Cardinal Health, O Realty, General Dynamics, Procter & Gamble, Colgate Palmolive, Lowe's, Fasten, Abbott Labs, AbbVie, McKesson, Hormel, Caterpillar, plus a whole bunch more. And this is just the month of July. Well, we have August, September, October, November, December, all those other months also. So this is just one list. Okay, I have a couple of lists. Dividend Kings, Dividend Aristocrats, Dividend Champions, Dividend Contenders, Warren Buffett's list, all those different companies. So if I get it away from me, fine, I got a profit. Not only do profit cents per share, so that's 17. So maybe I could do 10 contracts. So it's all in relative right away. I'm looking for a simple, safe. So another reason. Let's go back to when you're looking at an EX. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is James. This is Dividend. That's the announcement date. That's the EX, the little green dot. Now, the tendency to increase in value just speeds up. Well, that's a little bit of information. Good strategy in which to use the information. What would you do? Most people say, I'd buy this thing. Well, if I buy a covered call, I don't have to wait for the stock to go up. Because I'm buying it and selling it at the exact same time. I already know what my profit's going to be. And if it goes up, great, I make a little bit more. If not, I'm still making a profit. And I'm making more than 1%. So yeah, 1% is a little boring. It doesn't bother me a bit. Now, for some of you, you're probably thinking, well, couldn't we do this? Couldn't we do that? You can do anything you want. I'm just showing you what I do. And you guys ask me to look at stuff. I'll take a look at it. Not a problem. So hopefully, Lily, that makes sense. Okay? Why don't you just keep them in a computer? Okay. Instacart POV. I'm going to apologize now. Okay, each one going someplace different. And then I'm coming in from all different directions. So when you throw out something and it's very small and it doesn't really give me, what am I keep what in the computer? What am I keeping in my computer? Sure, it's a complete question. But what that's a complete question. That's I just keep it in computer. I have no idea what that means. All right, Miss Christie. How are you doing, Miss Christie? Up. Brian, another 18 years. Google's just recently started back and look at 10, 15, 20 years worth of profitability. What does Google normally do? Well, it's easy to look at the profitable because dividends are going to keep increasing. Way around it. If worth of PBI fund. Yo, let go. Oh, interesting. Now, 3 to 4 seconds. You ready? Oops, let's get rid of this. High, low. Before we get all profitable. Are you kidding me? Is that right? 10, the 298, the 292, 6, the 290. Oh, hell, I love those numbers. Let's take a deeper look. So I like the numbers. 181, yay, 220, and then it jumps up to 290. That's a $70 increase. $70 increase on a 220 stock. Wow, that's over 30% here to here. Well, let's take a look at the last 30 days. The last 30 days would be the 20th. There it is. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Following me for a while. I love 2 days the upside followed by a 30-day high. 30-day high is here. Okay, right here. 1, 2, 3. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it wouldn't go over 296. And it tried several times. Pulled back to here. Last Wednesday is the new bottom. Thursday's higher, Friday's higher. So what does that mean? That means for me, if this thing is over 280, when it opens up tomorrow morning, that's my buying. My buy-in at 285. Okay? Bottom, coming off of a 30-day high. 2 days to the upside, Thursday and Friday. It's like a perfect setup. Let's do one and see what it looks like. The 285. Let's go. Let's do it. Here we go. One contract. Now, this is a little bit uncomfortable for some of you. Okay? Because the stock's over $200. So what does 100 shares look like at over $200? Here we go. You ready? Here's Johnny. Buy one covered call IBM 100. That's the weeklies. 25 July 25. That's next Friday. That's this Friday coming. The 2.8 profit said 743. Well, look at it. Think about it this way. All right. If, hypothetically speaking, I was going to buy the house next door. The house next door is right where I live. It's about $600,000. What am I making on a monthly basis? Well, am I paying all cash or am I financing it? Let's not worry about that part. But let's just take a look at the numbers. If I'm buying it at $500,000, and what am I collecting on a monthly basis, and then what does that equate to at the end of the year? Because we all know a rental property is a cash producing asset. Well, unfortunately, most houses, most rental properties are monthly cash producing assets. Okay, so I want a weekly cash producing asset. So here we go. Look at this. Let's say hygiene is a big, huge metal box. You put money in it and you get whatever it is you want out of it. Well, somebody owns that. Somebody paid money for that machine. Think of a Coke machine, a Pepsi machine. $143. That's how much this new machine cost me. This new vending machine cost me $27,000. Well, let's say hypothetically I put it on Main Street, the corner of Main Street and Spring Street. Okay, we all know where that is, right down center of town. And on a weekly basis, I come empty out the machine, and the machine is giving me $757 this week. Well, next week I move the machine someplace else, and it gives me something else. Well, you can equate it this way. Something, the price is going to change to us accordingly. It's going to go up, it's going to go down, one or the other. Does it matter? Not really. But I have the ability to get weekly cash flow from this cash producing asset. So if I pay $27,000 for this little vending machine and it's giving me $757 this week, next week I move it someplace else, the number's going to change a little bit. What am I getting next week? At this moment, we don't know. But I do know there's a possibility of getting more money next week. And then the week after that. And then the week after that. And then the week after that. IBM's been around for quite a while. We all know that. It's been around for over 50 years. We know that. Okay, we know who they are. We know what they do. Okay, so here's the thing. Do I like IBM? Profit is what it's going to cost. Let's do the math. All right, so if I'm collecting 757, my little vending machine, 757, a total of 2.7%. This is almost as good as the Alcoa. I'm going to write this one down. 2.7. Okay, so 2.7% for 1 week. Well, let's just multiply times 52, because if I'm going to dish out X amount for this vending machine or rent 60. Wait a minute. No. I'm going to say 180. Let's see. Multiply by 52 equals 140. Damn, I was way off. I don't get 2.7% every week. I average 1.4. Now, 1.4 is not bad if you think about it. It's a nice return. Consistently. Anyway, so here's the question. Actually, there's a bunch of questions. Ready? Question number 1. Does it make sense? Question number 2. Do I like IBM? Write a covered call every week. Collect that money. And be happy about it. Sullivan. What's happening, Sullivan? Stock name. Right? Put in the aristocrats list 2025. Contenders list 2020. Wasn't that quick? Not that I don't like the stock. Just take a look. Remember I said 4 seconds? High, low, was, is. Look at the motion. Down, up, down, up, down, up, down. It's in a downward trend at this moment in time. Let's zoom in. Zoom in right there. See? Here's your high right there. Drop, 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 drop. Now, it's no for this week. I will keep an eye on it this new bottom. Well, how do you know where the bottom is? That's a as I look for supporting evidence. I mean, that's just, makes sense. Terribly sorry. It just makes sense. Tomorrow, next day, next day. Now, I want 2 days to the upside. So, Monday could possibly be higher. Tuesday would be 2 days. Wednesday would be the earliest I would get into this. So, yeah, we'll take a look at it. PBR. 5 things. High, low, where was it, where is it, what's the direction? Okay, up, down, down. As soon as it finds the bottom, turns around, goes back up. Because stocks do 2 things and only 2 things. Argue all you want. They only do 2 things. They go up and they go down. They don't come to your house and take the dog for a walk. They don't come to your house and wash the car. My car's filthy. Hasn't been around at all. Okay? Dog, nope. I got to pay some girl to come walk my dog. The stocks ain't coming around to walk my dog. Stocks go up. Stocks go down. That's it. That's all. All right, so let's go. What's next? Alcoa. We did Alcoa. Sorry, no monthly. Cool beans, cool beans. Howard, Casey, how are you doing? Dovey, Larry, Joshua, blah, blah, blah. I don't know who said that one. My ULTY still going good. Weekly. Thanks for all the other information. One coolly. Whether it's a good stock, other than that, I just don't do it because I only do weeklies. Okay? Easy me. Good evening. Glad to be here. Thank you for sharing. You are welcome. Uh-oh. Oh, nope, that's not it. All right, I got to go back. Oh, wow. Wow, I missed all these questions. Now, please do me a favor. Only ask the question once. I will try to get to all of them. See what I can do. Wow. Laura, my ULTY going. Okay. Easy 3, glad sharing. Thank you. Jen Pinka, Jose, NEE. Is that Nextera? NEE? It is. Oh, no. Don't get me wrong. I love Nextera. Do just take a look at the last 30 days. Okay? You should have gone in a couple of weeks ago. Not this week. Okay? Buy low, sell high. Not sell high. That's it. Now, there's so many good quality companies. Nextera is on my list. It is. It's just not for this week. So I'm going to write Nextera down for 2 weeks because I figure 1 week will be here, 2 weeks will be there, more than likely. So Nextera 2 weeks from today. Right. Next, PGA Hork. You're one of the first guys I've seen that knows how to sit. He wouldn't be saying that because I have no idea how to mirror the image on YouTube. That builds trust with your advice. It's not advice. Okay? PGA Hork. Listen closely. Okay? I'm going to say this as slow as possible so there is no misinterpretation. I don't give advice. Well, brush your life. Okay, that's advice. Never invest any money until you perfect the paper trading. Okay, that's kind of advice too. But I don't give stock advice. I don't say buy this or buy that. No, I don't do that. I'll take a look at what you want me to look at. I'll give you. I did say I did buy Alcoa. It's not a stock tip. I just said I bought it last week because everything looked good. I pulled it up and everything looks good again for this week. It's not advice. It's just pointing out the facts. Yeah, it looked good. I bought some. So whether or not you decide to do that, which I highly suggest, don't listen to a damn word I say. Do your own research. Become blindly listen to anybody on YouTube. And that's what whatever. Okay, PGA Hork. I look 38. Well, thank you kindly. Let's keep on going. Oh, Bo, Dow, and Apache. Well, let's take a look. Dow, D-O-W. Ooh, interesting. 3 to 4 seconds. 3 to 4 seconds. High, low, is. What's the direction? Sideways, down, sideways. 28.34. Okay, trading at 28.34. The closest one's going to be 28.50. 28.50, 98 cents. That's over 3%. Hell yeah, it's Dow. We know Dow has been around for over 100 years. They have consistently increased their profits for decades. Hell yeah. Not a tip. And you decide. All right? Alrighty. A year ago, Dow was at 54.28, the high of the year. Look at this. We got a double high. And that was back in October. 55.74. If it was worth more, it would have went higher. Okay, well, 55.74. Now we're down at 28. That's close to a 50% drop. Now here's something a lot of people don't understand. Well, what if the stock goes down? They all go down. They all, look, 55.28. If you're not ready for that, if you're not ready to buy something at 55 and hold on, just because you're buying it doesn't mean it's going to go up. Just because you're buying it doesn't mean it's going to go down. Stock is going to do what it's going to do regardless of what you do. Seriously. Regardless of what you do. You just got to decide a couple of questions. Number one, do I like that company? Number two, am I okay buying it? Number three, am I okay with the price it's at right now? Number four, where does it look like it's going next? These are all valid questions. But I like rule number one and rule number two. Never buy something you don't want to hold on to for the rest of your days. I like Dow. I got no problem buying it. Okay, number two, never sell at a loss. Daughter, JC, if you buy this stock at 28.34, never, ever, ever, ever sell it for less than 28.34. It doesn't make any sense because it's over 100 years old, consistently profitable. Yeah, the stock price goes down. Big deal. They all go down. But is the company consistently profitable year after year after year after year, regardless of the price? Don't pay attention to the price. It is what it is. Is the company itself consistently profitable? Because when the company goes from 55 down to 28, the CEO does not get on the phone and call everybody. Hey, let's lay some people off. The stock dropped. No, they don't do that at all. Anyway, 28.34, the 28.50s is it almost everything has the bottom at TDS. Okay? TDS day right there, beginning of April. Shoots up, pulls back, shoots up, pulls back, shoots up, pulls back. What does it look like it's doing next? Follow the bouncing ball. Oh, bouncy, 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 bouncy. Up looks like it's going. Is that guaranteed? No. There's only 3 guarantees in life. We all know what they are. Well, you guys all know what 2 of them are. You might not know the third one. But if I told you, you'll say, oh shit, that's right. There's 3 guarantees in life. Are you ready? You'll write these down. You ready? Death. Taxes. Disappointment. You're guaranteed. Okay? So, let's look at the last 30 days. What does it look like it's doing? Last 30 days would be the 20th. 20 days right there. All right. Simple. High, low is look at the motion. Down, up, down, up. Is it guaranteed? No. It just looks like that's where it's going to go. Okay, fine. Let's see the numbers. 28.50. Let's do this thing. And let's go to covered calls. Because remember, a covered call is one of the simplest strategies there is. 28.50. There it is right there. 28.50. This is what I want to buy right there. And just one contract so you understand what the numbers look like. We're all adults. We know what makes sense to me. Say, well, I'm going to do 30 of these. Well, I can only afford 2. Wherever you are, it's perfect. One makes it easier for people to say, yeah. Buy one. Covered call Dow 100. That's the weekly. 25 July 25. That's this coming Friday. The 28.50 call option for Dow at the market to open. You've been here long enough. You know what that means. That means I'm buying it first thing tomorrow morning. It on a weekly option is 9:30 a.m. Monday morning. You can't get any more time value than first thing. I always do market orders because they fill instantaneously first thing in the morning. Do I care what they open up? No. Why? Because the stock and the option are tied together and I already know what I'm going to make. Remember? Simple, safe, predictable. I already know what I'm going to make. $115 per contract. What is this investment? This investment is $27.35. What does that mean? Well, let's get the calculator. Clear 115 divided by the investment 27.35. Holy shit, 4.2%. I'm writing that one. I'm putting that one on top of the list. And that is the 28.50. And no, it is not a tip. No, it is not advice. I'm just saying, I like it. I wrote it down. That's all I said. I did not say, I like that one. Let's go back to here and let's see what is next. Oh, Bo wants to take a look at Apache. Brad, how large did you build your bankroll before you decided to start taking weekly income? 12,500. I started out 20, oh my God, 1990, how long ago? 30, oh shit. Don't make me feel old. Come on, don't ask me that question. I started out with 12,500. I refinanced my house. I used the second mortgage. I used the money from the refinance to start. Not a good idea, by the way. Never use borrowed money until you understand the risks involved. Income, dividends, yields. Use your money to pay. You're safe. Black and red. Wait, roulette wheel has 0 to 0. Okay, lose set, confirm first thing. Okay, whatever. Randall Ray, I've made over 1% per week on Alcoa every week since February. Randall Ray, dude, that's awesome. Seriously, it is. How many weeks is there since February? Well, each month has usually around 4 weeks. But here's the thing. February, now he didn't tell me whether it was the beginning of February or the end of February, but we are in the tail end of July. Week number, week number 30, I think it is. When week number, what do we got? I'm trying to make it even going from one down there. But here's the thing. I'm hoping next week or the week after, I'm bringing in someone else, and they're going to be. Have you ever seen Frasier? Okay, Frasier, he's the one who does all the talking. Pete from Chicago coming on, and he has this kind of a. And then I'm just going to be doing the answer. I think it's going to be cool. And we're going to have a phone number that you can actually call in, and that way you can call in and chat. That's going to be awesome. Can't wait. Alrighty, where are we? Ken Lau, how can I earlier? Don't do that. Robinhood doesn't let you buy and sell at the same time. You're absolutely right. They don't. However, I do have Yeah, I understand that. But I love Robinhood because it's right there on my phone, and and every Friday like between 12:30 and 1 o'clock, all I do is just roll forward. It's awesome. All right, TikTok Tommy, can we look at Pfizer? I have to ask, maybe I'm missing something on their platform. I do, but I do it while the market is open. I'll buy forward whatever the market price is. I really don't look. I don't do that. I don't look at the bid, the ask, and all that crap. It's either a good company, it's not a good company. Is it going up or is it not going up? So I get all my answers here, and then I write it down, and then I'll go to my Robinhood, because I got 7 different accounts. I share 3 of them publicly. So the 3 I share publicly are here on Thinkorswim. Now I have one on talking about being old school. I'm going to let you guys know ahead of time. Number 1, if you receive a text, an email, a WhatsApp, if you receive anything from me saying I got a great deal for you, yeah, it ain't me. Okay? If you want to have a conversation, I say this every night and it boggles my mind why I don't get more phone numbers. I say every single night, if you want to have a conversation, because I love talking to people. Number 1, I promise I will not try to sell you anything. That's number 1. Number 2, you want to have a conversation, just chat, make sure I'm a real person. Great. We'll talk about your situation, what it is you're looking for. Is what I'm offering helpful for you? Predictable, it's consistent. Well, I like those. Right? So, if you want to have a conversation with me, if you just want to chat, DM me. Don't put your number here on the screen. DM me with your number. I will give you a call, me personally. I'm not going to farm it out and have someone else call you. I will call personally. All right? I'm surprised that I say it every day and I'll get maybe 1 or 2 phone numbers. That's what it is. Most I ever got was like 4 phone numbers. Okay. You want to chat? Great. Let's do it. Okay. TikTok Tommy. Pfizer. Now, I like Pfizer. Pfizer is on my list. Let's check it out. PFE. No, not this week, but we'll keep our eye on it. Let's zoom in a little close. Okay, look at the nice run up. Okay, 30-day bottom, 30-day top, profit taking, it looks as if it's slowing down, but it's still searching for a bottom. So Pfizer might be good for next week, not quite this week. So I'm going to write Pfizer down for next week. I just got to double check, make sure it's not already written down. Brian, I'd say I call. Now, I don't have a schedule. Funny thing is, some people give me the phone. Yeah, call me around noon. Call me around 1. Yeah, I pick up the phone when I pick up the phone. I'm retired. I don't have a schedule. And no, I'm not going to get a schedule. You give me a number, I'll call you. PLTW. What the hell is PLTW? Never a good sign if I have to say that. PLTW. That's a no. But PLTW, that's a no too. I don't do monthlies. Wasn't that quick? User 4388. Pappy, please don't do that. EFC. Hell no. I don't do monthlies. And look at it. He congested up my whole screen. Florida hockey. Do you always take the first 2022? Sorry. I take a look at the numbers. Which one makes the most sense? I would prefer doing one strike in the money. That's a no as the top of the list. That's a no because of a lot of nope. No thank you. Hell no. What the hell is that? But here's the one important one I'll say. What's the closest strike price? Is that over 1%? Which direction does it look like it's going? Okay, what is the safest trade? Is it in the money, at the money, out of the money? Which one is it? It's always going to be out. Yep, that's what I do too. All right, Lily, not quite sure what you mean by it. I understand what, yep, that's what I do too, but I'm kind of lost in the context of what we're talking about. AAL. AAL. Is that American Airlines? AAL? It is American Airlines. Okay. High, low, where was it? Look at the motion. Up, down, up. Be right there. All right. I'm going to say no for this week only because here's your bottom here. She shoots up. Here's your 30-day high. Well, now it should be hypothetically coming back down again. Right now it's just going, channeling to that direction. So not quite. And 1250 to 12%. Now, don't get me wrong. I might know. This here, for me, is not ideal. So I'm going to say not this week. Maybe a week or two. Yeah, let's write down for 2 weeks. AAL. All right, next. Okay, Lily got it. Old school is okay. Yeah, it is, because I'm old. Oh, look at this. I'm done. All right, B-Rad Daddy wants to take a look. MPW. I like MPW. We did a lot of MPW a while ago, but not this week. Why not? Take a look. Don't even have to take a look at the whole thing. Okay? Down. Here's the bottom right here, Wednesday. Thursday was higher. Friday came back down again. So MPW may be next week because look at the big drop. Okay? As soon as this baby turns around, the 425, 450, oh, hell no. Nope. Now, don't get me wrong. Perfect. No, thank you. Kinder Morgan. KMI. Up, down, up, down. What's going on here? Before we even do that, current price $27.88. $27.88. 29, right? No, 28. 28, 22 to 20. Yeah, no. Not even 1%. All right. B-Min-Chu. Yeah, we already looked at ULTY. It's a no. I don't do monthlies. Okay, we already looked at, that was like one of the first ones we looked at today. Back over to here, screen number 1, rental rate. Dig my way out of it. Oh, all right, Brad, let's take a look at CVS for a second. Owen. Open Door Technology stock. Owen, you really got to give me the ticker symbol. Okay? Okay, I've been trading for a long time, and I know, but right now we're going over to the other channel and get some of those. Mindy, open. Mindy, what does open mean? All right, Brad, let's take a look at CVS. Now, we did CVS earlier this year. Where is it? Look at the motion. Up, down, up, down, up, down. So she's coming down looking for a new bottom. I have no idea where you jumped into it, Brad, because it looks like it hit like 5 or 6 times. So pretty much there's your bottom, 43.50 for CVS. She jumps up, there's your high. Okay, your high is right there, 72.48. Drops down, okay, up, down, up, down. So not knowing where you jumped in, okay, it's dropping at the moment. I would probably, me personally, if I was in it, I'd be looking at the 60. Now, a lot of you people probably thinking the same thing. Well, if the stock drops, I'm not getting a lot. Well, look at it this way. Before you came here and discovered me, well, hold on, here it comes, ready? Okay, before you came here, most people normally buy a stock and just get a dividend, which is every 90 days. Well, you own it, so you're still collecting the dividend. That's one thing. You're still collecting the dividend every 90 days. But you're also, even if you do the 63, which is, because right now it's at 62. I wouldn't do that. I'd do the 64, which is 13. Well, now, 13 cents a share, that's not a lot. However, depending on how many shares you have, that's number one. And then how long you're going to hold it until it reaches your price again. Okay? All right, this means nothing. It'll crash and burn. Mr. Wales, thank you. I like that. Everything crashes. Activity, you're not doing a good job. Well, I only got one negative person today, so I got to step it up a little bit. I need to get me a couple more trolls. If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. But you think this means nothing, it'll crash and burn. Okay, thank you for your input. Brad, get an EX dividend this week at less, though. Okay. But if you're collecting 0.5% every week, 0.5% every week is still 26%. So I like to think it's one better. I like to think. Doesn't mean I'm always right. All right. Let's keep on going. Chuck Jensen, good evening. Chris Dolan, I invest in infinite assets such as Bitcoin, gold, silver, and real estate. Awesome, Chris. Good for you. What are you doing here? Because they don't have cash flow. Now, real estate, I used to do real estate. But the funny thing about real estate is you need big fat chunk to play with it, number one. Then you need to tend to it. Then you need to rehab it. Then you need to chase people down. And then, no thank you. I did real estate for years. Really, I did. One thing I like about the stock market, no overhead, no inventory, no employees. And there's a couple other no things. I forget what they are. I probably should write them down. But it is the future. It's slowly developing in front of us as we see it. Right now it's about 20 years old. But there's no way to get a simple, safe, predictable income consistently from any one of those. Okay? Now, I can't really speak very, very highly on cryptocurrency because I have it available now. Well, there's still no safeguards and there's still no consistency. Okay? Gold and silver, great. They make great dust collectors or great, what do they call those things? Conversation pieces. You get a bar of gold or bar of silver, you put it on your desk. What are you going to do with it? You're going to look at it. That's about it. You're not getting any cash flow from it. And your real estate, yeah, you get cash flow from it, but you also need to maintain it. You also need to tend for it. You also need to pay taxes on it. There's a lot more. Yeah, see, I did all that before, but now I don't. How do I get this dividend payout schedule? Nana Saki. Well, you find an EX calendar. EX dividend calendar, right to Google. In Google search of EX dividend calendar. And you get a whole bunch of places just pop up. It just so happens that this calendar here is part of Think or Swim. It's all there. Now, 15 years ago, what it was, I was looking for. And that was a trigger trade. The only one that had it. All right, let's keep on keeping on. Chuck Jensen, what do I think of Mara this week? Ooh, I do have some Mara, just in case you were wondering. See it this week. M-A-R-A. Oh, so anyway, finishing up with CVS. Sorry about that. Here's your 30-day high. Drop, 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 drop. So here's a new 30-day bottom. Eventually, that will find a bottom, turn around, go back up. Unfortunately, it's not on my list this week, but it could be. So here's your high, your low. Where was it? Where is it? Look at the motion. Down, up, down. Now she's going back up. It's a little high right there. So I'm waiting for it to pull back before I do anything else. Okay, Chuck. Chuck. Nana, how do I get a dividend payout schedule? We already did that one. Emirates. I made over 1% on Nike last week. How does it look for rolling this week at 73? Okay, Emirates, I don't really know where you got in. NKE. Here would concern me. Got a gap down here, a gap down here, and a gap up here, a gap up there. Okay, we'll zoom in a little closer. Need glasses for this one. Actually, she shoots up, pulls back, right now going to the upside. Now, it's at 72.47 at the moment. Okay? Down, it should, hypothetically speaking, it should, by the way it looks. Up, down, up. That's the way it looks. Doesn't guarantee that's what it's going to do, but tomorrow's Monday. So, I don't know what you got it at, so I can't tell you. What about buying a deep money leap option on IBM and sell a covered call against it? Great. That's called a calendar spread. Awesome. Or the poor man's covered call. Now, I do those trades, but I don't give those away for free. So I only give away one trading strategy for free, and here it is, the dividend. I call it dividend capturing 2.0. That's the strategy, in case you were wondering. Buy the stock, sell it, can help you out. That's about 50% a year. Most people don't get 50% a year. I always tell people perfect one strategy first before moving on to other stuff. Okay, we got another 10 more minutes. All right. Uh-oh. Now, we are already at Pfizer. Duke says, do you day trade options? I don't day trade anything. I tried day trading many, many, many years ago. No, I don't do it anymore. Came to look at Mara. We already looked at Mara. Pfizer. We already looked at Pfizer. Eli Lilly. A little out of my price range. I don't do stocks over $500. When you say Friday, you roll forward. What do you mean? Okay, this week on whatever the next one, that's rolling it forward. Now, I only do that if buying back the one this week and then selling the one next week, is that giving me another 1%? That's all that means. I mean, if it's not in the money, will they let you before the market closes? Yeah, yes, they will. Dave Jenkins, for example, if we get into Pfizer next week and it takes... Okay, yeah. What we were saying earlier is like Pfizer looks interesting once it finds the bottom. Because here's the high. Okay, that was what, a little over 26. Now it's dropping. Well, right now we're at 24.47. Is that the bottom? We don't know. Because you need something to compare it to, which be Monday. Well, what's happening tomorrow? Is tomorrow going to be higher or is tomorrow going to be... Well, we're not going to know until tomorrow night. And if it's higher, well, that's only one day to the upside. I want 2 days to the upside, and then on the third day, I will think about jumping in it. Hope that made sense, Dave. Now, this is the part where I say, what the hell is that? Oh, GlaxoSmithKline. Interesting. Well, high, low, where was it? Where is it? Look at this. Your high here, dropped down, went sideways, dropped down again. 1 day to the upside right here. Thursday was the bottom. TD Ranch, thoughts on NU? It was a Berkshire stock for a while. Take a look at this. Okay, 30-day bottom, shoots up, pulls back, 30-day top right here, big pullback here. Big one. Yeah, not time for jumping in on this baby. Just got to go, because here's your 30-day top. It's got to come down a little bit further, turn around, go back up again. Is there an advantage? No, not that I know of. Is a hedge better before earnings? Dr. Rip, another good question. I really don't pay attention to earnings. Now, Dr. Rip, this is why I don't pay attention to earnings. I've seen positive earnings. Positive. Hey, we made a great year this year. We made a lot more money than we thought we were going to do. And then the stock goes down. Then I've seen negative attention to earnings, except when on stocks such as Target that are notorious for black swans. Reg. Uh-oh. Now I do have Kohl's. Interesting. Okay. High, low is, look at this. Down, up. Well, that's simple, right? Currently, we're at 958. Well, the 950 is going for ever held on to anything was 9 months, and that was Kimberly Clark. Well, Kohl's I've had for over a year because every single week there's giving me more than 1 to 2%. Well, you might be saying, well, a year ago it was at 22. Yeah, I bought it at 22. And then she kind of went, channeled this way, and then she dropped. Now she's channeling again. Well, every single week I make over 1% on Kohl's. So why would I get rid of it? It just doesn't make sense. So let's check out the numbers. A year ago, 60, bought out right around yes, right there. Okay? But look at the bottom. From the bottom, it's $6.10. I know kids in high school that can afford $6.10. But from $6 stock is over 60% increase. Yeah, there's going to be some profit taking. I still own it. I have no desire to sell it. Jumps up, pulls back. Now she's going back up again. You decide. Now it's 10 minutes of, so we got 10 minutes left. So I'm just going to be answering questions for the rest of the night. No more stocks. I got a whole bunch of questions to take a look at. Ooh, Brian Cook, Procter & Gamble. Love it. Love Procter & Gamble. Ooh, I promised Dennis we'd take a look at Micron. M-U. Micron. No, not this week. Sorry, dude. Reason being, take a look. High, low, was, is. Okay, sideways, down, up, down. It's coming down right now. 1 day right there. Let's take a close look. Right here's the bottom. 1 day to the upside right there. Okay, Thursday is the 30-day bottom. Friday's 1 day up. Now, I like 2 days the upside. So maybe Micron's at 114, 114.39. It's over 2%. Even the 115, they're over almost 2%. Okay. Open. All right, Mindy wants to take a look at Open. O-P-E-N. Hell no. It was at $2.50, $2.60. Drops down to 50 cents and then shoots up to $2.25. When it goes from here to there, yeah, I don't want any part of that. I don't buy at the high. Take a look. What about that looks appealing? Seriously. Below 50 cents, and then it jumps up to $2.25. That's 1, 2, 3. That's over a 300% increase. It sounds great, but it's not someplace where I want to be. All right. B Minchu. Yeah, ULTY is a monthly. You're right. Instacart. It's weekly. Why? That's a monthly. That's not a weekly, brother. Sorry. Hey, 82. Just look. I didn't see it. What did Mr. Taps want to take a look at? Can't see it. They make great paperweights. Crazy man. Is Think or Swim better than Fidelity or Opinion? I've looked at Fidelity before. I didn't like it. SMH. Okay, SMH. What the hell is it? SMH. Venic Semiconductor ETF. Hell no. Come on. What part of this looks appealing to you? That's the high of the year. Why the hell would I want to buy anything at the high of the year? Conley, why did you do Mara when it doesn't have the number of years of dividends? Oh, good question. Because someone asked me to take a look at it. That's my answer. You ask me to take a look at something, I'll take a look at it. And every once in a while, there are exceptions. 86, thank you. Where are we? Okay, Ashok, we'll have to take a look at it tomorrow. Same thing, DJ, tomorrow. AMT, long term. Tomorrow, we'll take a look at it. Lily, tomorrow. Tadil, SLB, Schlumberger, love it. Cooney, thanks, you're welcome. Mindy, did you go to whatever website you look at? Look at the financials on SCHD. Tell me, how many years has SCHD consistently increased its dividends or its profits to its shareholders? Okay, I'm looking for 2 decades. Okay, so come back, okay, whatever website you look at to find out how the dividends look. Go find out, come back, let me know, and then we'll take a look at SCHD. Tadil, oh, you made 3.2 on Coles this week. Good for you, brother. Dell, I love Dell. Cool Arrow, I do. But it's getting a little bit late. We'll take a look later. I bought Dow through Fidelity. Was that any? Now, Black Dynamite Fenny, I can't tell you yes or no whether that was good because I know absolutely nothing about you. It would be doing you. Hell no. Okay, 6-2. Conan, what's happening? How are you doing, brother? Oh, I'm at the end here. I requested up if you're having more takes. Just sports. Okay. I requested up if you having more takes. I have no idea what that means. A little too late at the moment. Oh, you requested to join live. Yeah, I have no idea who you are. Okay. Now, don't get me wrong. Every once in a while, I do have a guest speaker on. Only if I have talked to him previously. So if you really want to be a guest speaker, fair enough. Yeah. If you want to be a guest speaker, send me your phone number. I'll give you a call. Studying for the 7. I'd love to come up. Cool. Give me a buzz. Send me a number. I'll give you a buzz. Okay, back over here. Brian, Procter & Gamble, you can take a look at tomorrow. Nana, which platform do you trade on? I'm a beginner and just through Charles Schwab. And I also trade on Robinhood because I like the ease and simplicity. Brian, if you go right, let's get rid of this. Right over here, Brian. You see this? Okay, you come to trade. And then you come to right here where it says option chain to single. You click on that. And these are all the different trading strategies right here. And the covered stock is a little bit almost halfway down. All right. Yeah, I don't do that one. C-Knob, never heard of it. And buy now, pay later stock. Yeah, no. Brian Cook, you're welcome. Sound is really good buy. No, it ain't. SOUN. What is good about that? Interesting. Okay. High, low, where was it? Where is it? Jumps up, pulls back. Ooh, HPQ. Christopher, I love Hewlett Packard. I do. Don't have enough time. We got 5 minutes. I'm probably not going to be able to get through all the questions. UED, I don't understand. Are you telling me to short SPX OTM down in input options? Hell no, I did not say that at all. Tiny Coco, how are you tonight? Hi there. There will be a live stream tomorrow morning at your time, correct? Absolutely. Can we look at Dow? Eric, we already looked at Dow earlier. Nate, solid. I've had RH Auto enter cheaper option prices and I hit sell without even realizing and lost money on the option. Bark, hello. Charbel Darido, thoughts on... Okay, I'm not even going to acknowledge that one. Mark, behave yourself. Thank you. John Warner, good evening. My daughter can do it, guy. Oh, yeah. Brandon, where do you think this market is heading? I think we have a correction coming up in the next couple months. Okay, so Brandon, I'm going to agree with you. The only reason I'm going to agree with you is let's get the terminology correct. Okay? Now, every decade, every 10 years, we have what is called a pullback, a correction, a dumping, a panic, retracing, whatever you want to call it. Every decade we have one. Stocks go up, stocks crash. Everything turns around, goes back up again, and then it crashes. If you take a look at the 100-year-old chart, 100 years, past 100 years, every 10 years we've had a pullback, a correction, a crash, whatever you want to call it. Whatever terminology you want to call it, we have one every decade. Is it right around the corner? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But here's the thing. If you're concerned about it, well, why wouldn't you put money as pullbacks and crashes? Okay, look at them. You have the dividend kings. To be a dividend king, you have to have 5 decades of consistent profits. Now, I'm pretty sure you'll agree with me. We've had more than one correction or one crash in the last 50 years. Well, why are these companies consistently profitable even through those crashes? That's a question. It's a key. Yep, they are. Ninja Ario, why don't hedge funds use this strategy if this is so simple, predictable, and easy? When year was last crash? Oh, we had a crash in 2021. We had a crash in 2008. We had a crash in 2000. What other crashes did we have? JJ, nobody knows that. August 1st, crash will start. We'll be quick and ready. Okay. 2022. Okay, thank you, Lily. Lily says 2022 we had one. So we've had plenty of crashes in the past 50 years. All right, so Ninja Arnio. Believe it or not, Ninja Arnio, I'm actually going to be creating my own hedge fund and using this strategy. Yearly is more robust and reliable, less risk. Well, good for you, Fox. You could be right. You could be. And there's another one, very similar. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if this is working, good evening. All right. Sure, go ahead.
How do you, or what do you recommend on diversifying your investments? Like, if you have an account of, say, 10,000, what would you recommend on
5 stocks, $2,000, $2,000, $2,000, $2,000. You might not be able to do a covered call on all of them, but what you could do is dividend capturing. Dividend capturing is really cool if you do it right. Before the EX date, get the dividend, get in, get out, next. Take a look at, let's go right here, here we go. Caterpillar, you know who they are. Hormel, McKesson, Illinois Toolworks, Cardinal Health, AbbVie, Abbott Labs. Now this is just one list. Okay, you buy it before, 2 weeks before the EX date on the 14th. Wait for it to go up just a little bit, whatever the dividend is, get in, get out, move on. That make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you.
All right. Take your time. Don't be in a hurry. The market's been around for 400 years. It ain't going anywhere. It's Peter. User 25300736144353. Do me a favor. Go take a look at how consistently has Misty, MSTY, increased its dividends to its shareholders. I'm looking for 2 decades. But I can pretty much tell you you ain't going to get it because Misty's not even 2 years old yet. So Misty's a no for me. That's a no. Mark, Ninja Jario, they do. It's called Yield Max. Yep. Thanks again, Brian. Are you able to customize the calendar in Thinkorswim with only the tickers you like? Absolutely. Or base it on your watch list? Absolutely, Brian. All right, user 833453, whatever. I'm going to call you Oscar. Oscar, no. Soundhound's not old enough. Last correction was TDS. Yep. Before that was 2022. Tadil, you're absolutely right. The last crash we had was April. The beginning of April was the last crash we had. Fox, 140%. Cool. I love IBM. So do I. Praise God for IBM. Yep, I'm going to agree with you. What are the weaknesses of this strategy? Does a stop loss prevent the stock where it suddenly drops? No, never. I don't use stop losses. But I can't tell you what to do, Ninja. I can't. To deal, yep. Yep, okay. Fundamentals control the market whether you like it or not. Fox, I'm going to agree with you. Fundamentals drive trends. Technicals monitor trends. Absolutely. Now, Fox, thank you for giving advice. Yes, stop losses hedge against losses unless you are confident that the sentiment is on the upside. I never use stop losses. Never, ever, ever, ever have I ever used a stop loss because it goes against rule number 1. Okay, rule number 1, simple. Never buy something you're not willing to hold on to for the rest of your life. That's number 1. Rule number 2, never sell at a loss. So why would you need a stop loss if you followed rule 1 and you follow rule 2? All stocks drop. All stocks go up. All stocks go down. It's just the way of the game. And it is a game. They go up, they go down, they go up, they go down. That's all they do. USAR this past week, okay, whatever. Sucker, okay, whatever. Kites, blah, blah, blah. Weakness and sentiment, blah, blah, blah. Damn right. Grow your own cojones, people, all right. Big D, baby, all right, whatever. RH. Hey, James, thanks for the loan or blow-up doll. Okay, just fine. All right, yep, thank you. RH. Yep, Fox. Yep, I'm going to agree with you, Fox. We're talking money, not whatever you're into. Yep, flip the camera. Yep. Azee Bass, I could if I would, don't know how. I think your YouTube chat should be changed to subscribers only. That would be perfect. It would be. But a risk taker nonetheless. Okay, that is the refinanced mortgage paid off. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Brian Cook. Do you ever share the list of tickers you monitor on your calendar? Yes, I do. I share it with a paid group. Now, I do have a paid group, Brian, but I'm not trying to sell anything. Is crypto market discipline? I don't do crypto. Robinhood for beginners. They allow short selling. Okay, great. Moo Cow. Can't wait to call in and get a great big that's a no. Discipline. I can't do options. Too risky for me. With intrinsic value, the Greek's ATM price to date expiration is a bit complex. I love charts. Well, you have fun with that. But here's the thing, discipline. The trading strategy you're talking about was created for a 9-year-old. 9-year-old. Now, most adults don't understand it. Most adults get it wrong. But for a 9-year-old to understand it, it had to be simple, safe, predictable, consistent, and no way for her to lose. 5 simple rules. Rule number 1, never buy something you don't want to hold on to for dear life for the rest of your life. Number 2, never sell a loss. Number 3, make sure the company's consistently profitable. Number 4, weekly options only. And number 5, go through the numbers, make sure it's okay. Thanks for sharing discipline, but then this channel isn't for you as it derivatives focused. Okay. I too am not good to add options. Not a problem. Alrighty. Discipline. I was on AMC GME last week. Run the head like 5,000, 13, 7,000 last week. It was wild. Not doing it again, but it was worth the risk. Okay, fine. I don't do either one of those. But alrighty then. Derivatives are useless if the trend reduces the payoff. Okay, Fox. I'm only looking at 1% a week. And if I get 1% every single week for 15 years, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Fine, that's all I got to say. That's why Robinhood is king. All right, whatever. Used to be E-Trade 15 years ago. Yes, it did. Wake up. Say it out loud. Make money. Boston George. Have you traded Hugh? No. Codeman. Don't forget to change your AC filter this week. Remember to buy it. All right. Many times, blah, 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 blah. Discipline. I like the ORBs, right? Blah, 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 blah. Make it fruit, blah, blah, blah. All right, I'm not even going to deal with this. All right, YouTube just gets too out of control. All right, that being said, we're past 11 o'clock. I'm done. All right, that being said, tomorrow's a new day, a new week. I believe it's week number 30 or 31. I don't know. One of those things. All right, you guys over here on Zoom, catch you tomorrow morning. Have a great night. Hopefully you learned something. Out of here. And for those of you on this YouTube channel, see you later. Instagram, you guys have a nice night. And now the end is here. And so I say goodbye. Oh, wow. Not a lot of people showed up tonight. Alrighty. And alrighty. Is PayPal on any of your list? No. Check the numbers for PayPal. Not that good.